Good evening, good people, good morning, and good afternoon. I'm back with another video. So today I want to talk about something that has made Kenyans really happy in the last few weeks, or last few days, not weeks. One is a Trump win, and secondly, I can't believe today a lot of you are celebrating that Meg Whitman, the US ambassador to Kenya, has resigned. She's leaving. Sort of guys are even almost saying akwende, right? So Meg Whitman has resigned. Yeah, Trump win made a lot of you happy. I think it's because Trump still remains a conservative, a traditionalist. His moral compass sort of still coheres with a lot of Africans in terms of what he stands for. So I believe that is the reason for the celebrations and the happiness that Trump won. He's still a conservative. And in fact, if you look at the constituency that gave Trump the win, is those guys, the old wazungu huko ndani, or Texas huko ndani, those guys who still believe in a little bit of morality. They uphold Christianity. Look at when Trump was announced, or the exit polls showed that he was winning. That group broke out into song and dance. It tells you the psyche of Trump. So people are really celebrating his win. But that's just one of them. Away from that, I like to talk about something that happened yesterday. The list that was released by the presidency, the nominees for various commissions, including IPOA, where a friend of mine is somewhere there. I'm really happy about it. And there's a lot of sentiments around Isaac Hassan. People are happy he's returning into the public eye, and a lot of reaction on that. But related to that, I want to say that something is about to happen, because I believe, following what happened yesterday, the president is about to appoint the nominee for the Ministry of Interior. I believe Iwiki Aisha. In fact, I think it would have happened with that list of the other nominees, but it would have watered it down. So probably decided Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, perhaps he'll just show us, by Friday, I think this week, because that docket is too sensitive to be left without a nominee. And last week I told you about the guys who are likely to be and the guys who are not likely to be. And I doubt if my MP is one of them. Junaid Mohammed wants to be an Interior Cabinet Secretary. I doubt if the president will give it to him. And I'm thinking it will still go to the Rift Valley. So related to that, because I strongly believe before this week ends, the president shall have nominated someone to fill that slot. That place is too sensitive to be left vacant, and I think the deputy president is still trying to hold it as much as Musalia Mudavadi is acting. Hold it as they wait for the presidential nominee. I mean, so sensitive that in 2 years, the Interior Cabinet Secretary, Professor Kithure Kindiki, then never left the country. He is a minister for Interior, and ndani ya Kenya he wouldn't have left. First trip was in Botswana. Speaking about Kindiki, man, this was my teacher, and I like Kindiki. I will not lie to you. I like Kindiki. He was my teacher, law professor, so I like Kindiki. But Professor is quickly learning that whatever you say, people take it very seriously, not with a pinch of salt. The last 12 days, a lot of things people have been picking here and there. Ile judiciary, apart from the judiciary, they picked the one at the UDA. So Professor has to look back at the way he communicates and what he says. And perhaps I don't advise him, and I don't qualify to advise him, probably. But probably for the interim, he could stick to the script and avoid off-the-cuff remarks in order to be on the straight and narrow. But he's a politician before he's a cabinet secretary. He's a professor of law and all those things. So he knows what to say, but he's quickly learning. And one of the things that he said at the judiciary caught my attention. And this is the essence, is the reason for my video today. He said public interest versus national interest. And it was a whole explosion of what you guys thought. Why? But I think, critically thinking, because I was taught to think critically, the professor may have had a point. Balance the interests of public interest, balance the interest of national interest. So the national interest is what is in the name of the nation for it. My simplest explanation today, you give your own explanation. So public interest is normal public interest. But so what is this peculiar thing is so national interest? It means something that is important for the nation and is not for the public. You know, it's different. What is important for the nation and not for the public? So that was where I was trying to bring in my own guesstimation. Because you see, I guess a lot. But I want to bring in two aspects. Then, there is the popular interest. Why did he bring the popular interest? Is it a theory that he could have advanced? So you advance public interest, national interest, and popular interest. Now I want to tell you where to draw the line in all these things. Imagine this. Popular interest. So today, for example, a clever member of parliament, clever politicians decide that they can rally Kenyans to go into a referendum to vote, for example, against the existence of which national institution should I talk about? Let me say, for example, the judiciary. Some clever politician today decides, you know what? Let's rally Kenyans behind the doing away with the judiciary. And they get the popular vote in a referendum to do away with the judiciary. Now, that is a popular interest. But is it working for the nation? Noting how important the judiciary is. Will it be in the interest of the nation that we don't have a judiciary? Remember, they have voted popularly in a referendum to do away with the judiciary. Now, that will be a popular interest, but does it go against the national interest and the public interest to have a judiciary with how important this institution is? So I think there is a distinction that he needed to have made, including expanding this to make sure that Kenyans understand what is important with the national interest, the public interest, and of course the popular interest. It cannot be overridden that popular people come and vote in or vote for something they don't like because it's a popular vote. So we stay away, we stay without a judiciary because of popular interest. Now, you see what I'm talking about? Now, in the media, because I work for KTN, and by the way, watch every Wednesday, the other one that we'll introduce as the media is what interests the public. So there's the public interest, but the media usually looks at what interests the public. So whenever we're doing something, we're looking at it in terms of, is there public interest in this? Well, so what interests the public in this? You understand? So there are four ways of looking at it. There's the public interest, there's the national interest, there's the popular interest, and for us, the media, what interests the public. Draw the distinction. And as I said, I have no apology for liking Kithure Kindiki as my teacher and what he does. But, Prof, we are watching, Bwana. We are watching your mouth. Whatever you say, just remember the last 12 days, how we've been scrutinizing. Tutakuweka bumper.